With reference to the system of subsidiary alliance, consider the following statements. 1. Indian rulers had to accept the permanent stationing of a British force within their territory at their own expense. Second, Britishers promised not to interfere in the internal affairs of Indian rulers. 3. Indian rulers were not allowed to employ Europeans in their service without British approval. So, how many are correct? So, ये मेरा correct था. Introduced by Lord Wellesley, the Governor General of India from 1798 to 1805, the subsidiary alliance system was a British policy designed to establish political dominance over Indian princely states. Components treaty with native ruler. The princely state signed a treaty with the British East India Company agreeing to maintain a British force within their territory known as subsidiary force, pay for the maintenance of the subsidiary force. Hence, statement 1 is correct. British resident. Each Indian ruler was required to host a permanent British resident in their court. The resident acted as an observer, advisor, and representative of British interests. Restriction on European employment. Indian rulers agreed not to employ Europeans in their service without British approval. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Non-negotiation clause. Indian rulers promised not to negotiate with other Indian rulers or foreign powers without consulting the Governor General of India. In return, the Election Commission of India agreed to protect the princely state from external threats, guarantee internal security, maintain the ruler's authority within his state, protect the state's boundaries and territories. Non-interference pledge. The company promised not to interfere in the internal affairs of the allied states unless there was a breach of the treaty terms. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The purpose of the alliance was to establish British dominance over the Indian states without direct annexation, control Indian military forces by disbanding existing armies and replacing them with British trained and supervised troops, prevent French influence and alliances in India. ये वाला फोर्थ. With reference to the Congress Socialist Party, consider the following statements. It operated from within the Congress until independence. Jawaharlal Nehru was its first president. 3. Its members were forbidden from joining the All India Kisan Sabha. तो ये भी मेरा सही था. In May 1934, the socialists and other leftists, the most important of them being Jai Prakash Narayan, Achyut Patwardhan, Ashok Mehta, Narayan Dev and Minnu Masani formed the Congress Socialist Party CSP. Although Jawaharlal Nehru was sympathetic towards the socialist cause, he never formally joined this group. Acharya Narayan Dev was its first president and Jai Prakash Narayan was its general secretary in 1934. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The CSP, which rapidly gained strength in provinces like UP, was meant to operate from within the Congress and try to change its orientation towards a socialist program as well as contain the dominance of the conservative right-wingers in the Congress. In March 1948, Congress amended the party constitution according to which no member of any other party could be a member of the Congress party. The sole object of this amendment was to create a condition in which the parties working within or outside the Congress would either have to dissolve themselves or merge with the Congress or be compelled to break with the Congress. In these circumstances, there was no other option for the Socialist Party but to quit the Congress, and statement 1 is correct. The All India Kisan Sabha AIKS was formed at the Lucknow session of the Congress in April 1936 with Shahjanan Saraswati elected as its first president. The Kisan Manifesto, which was adopted in August, contained radical demands such as abolition of zamindari, graduated income tax on agricultural income, granting of occupancy rights to all tenants and scaling down of interest rates and debts. A number of CSP leaders and communists joined the AIKS and helped in consolidating the movement where it already existed, such as UP, Bihar, and Orissa, and also in extending the movement to the provinces such as Bengal, where a provincial Kisan Sabha was started in March 1937. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. It was also because of its CSP members that the AIKS remained a part of the Congress and maintained close relationships with the provincial Congress committees.